enjoy this little section of our road trip. Kenny and Cynthia Reed. Don't ask us where we are, but it's beautiful. So we'll be in touch. Just little snippets as we come along. I mean, look at these old homes. Talk about community. Everybody had to know each other because everything is just so close. Well, we're ready to go back up into the hills again. Not that far from Baltimore. Talk to y'all later.
Hello, this is Cynthia and Ken Reed in Muncie, Indiana, founding team builders with Surge 365 with the team of Lucretia Davis Daniel of Atlanta, Georgia. She is a marketing director and also one of the founders circle members for Surge 365. The call you are about to hear was recorded on Friday, August the 28th, 2015. It is called the Renew Call, also by marketing director Coach Arlyne Thompson out of California with the California expansion team. We'd like for you to visit the site of the person who told you about Surge 365. And right now we are getting ready to dial up a recording of a call we think you'll enjoy very much.
Please enter your access code followed by the pound key. Please wait. Press 6 to fast forward for 1 minute. Press 4 to rewind for 1 minute. Press 5 to pause or resume.
She is a marketing director driving that 2015 third Dodge Charger. She has earned $1 million in a 12-month period. Coach Arlyne is a national and international speaker and trainer, and she is an instructor for the Wealth Builder Academy. Coach Arlyne has team members across the country and abroad, and she now is going to be a producer for her own TV show. She's a Blog Talk radio host, the visionary and founder of the Western Regional Red Carpet, and the visionary and founder of the California expansion team. And this is her birthday weekend, so everyone wants to say, happy birthday, Coach Arlyne. So Coach Arlyne, happy birthday weekend, and over to you.
Wow. Well, thank you, Dr. J. And yes, another year older, but oh my goodness, I feel like this is a new beginning, and it is for us. You know, on Friday mornings, we call this the Renew Call, where you revitalize, energize, navigate, elevate to win. And we have someone who is winning, winning, winning. You know, we always endeavor to bring you the best. And when I talk about this gentleman, I say, you know what? I always tell him, I tease him because, you know, I say, well, I have shoes older than you. So when you talk about a marketing director that's driving the company car, and it was the first Surge car that I got to drive in because he took us to the airport. He's a member of the prestigious Founders Circle. He hails from the Motor City, Detroit. He's a #1 marketing director. And all I can say is this, he literally slayed it at our national, international convention. And when I talk about being a wealth builder instructor and also the visionary and the creator of Team Win Big, because that tells you that he absolutely loves sports. But you know what? We want winners. We want people who endeavor to win. You know, you never strive to be number 4. You always go for the gold, and he goes for the gold every single time. He's had the opportunity through a literally revitalization to be able to expand his team literally nationally and internationally. And all I can say is he has some nuggets for you today, because the one thing that I know for sure, he's literally out there seeking winners every single day. And I bring to you National Marketing Director, Mr. Von Nickelberry. Von, are you there?
No, I am not here, Arlyne. Can you hear me?
I know. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. So back to you, Von.
You know what? You know, it's amazing when people introduce you. And you did such a great job with you and Dr. J. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. If you could speak up just a little bit, that'll be great.
Okay. I would try to do so. With you and Dr. J. Well, let me just give you guys a glimpse of kind of just my life story this week. Arlyne, as you know, I lost my brother-in-law about 3 years ago, and it was interesting because I was sharing the story, and I had the slightest idea what I was going to talk about today on your call. you guys are talking about winning, and we're talking about the company. And if you guys would just spare some time, Arlyne, what is the time frame? 10, 15 minutes?
As long as you want, Vaughn.
Okay.
Take it away. Yeah.
And all those things are fine. But I remember when I lost my brother. It was actually Sarah's brother. I met Sarah when I was 18. I'm 44 now, and 2 days later, I met her brother Gary. And I remember when he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And you know what? It was just one of those things that just happened. And you don't expect somebody so young. We were in college together, so young, to die so soon. He had a budding music career. For the people who might not know, who might listen to Fred Hammond, he wrote several songs, whether it be Hear My Cry, or if you're familiar with Virtue, and on their first album, his song The Greatest Part of Me, or you might have picked up a Fred Hammond song again, and where it says Draw Nigh. So he wrote all those songs, and I just remember I was attending the church in college, and then I turn on the radio, and I hear this pastor. He's talking about restoration of praise and worship, and Yolanda Adams was going to be there, and Fred Hammond and Commission was going to be there. And I called Gary, and I said, Gary, we got to go. We got to go. And me and Gary went to the church, and Gary became a member of that church and was just foundational in the building of that church. And I was foundational. And just 2 days ago, a good friend of mine and pastor of that particular church, Pastor Reginald Lane, passed. Lung cancer, young guy. And you might say, what does all this have to do with what we're talking about in terms of winning, in terms of, being successful? If you give me some time, I'll continue to share. So that was devastating. How do the guy that was your ministry buddy for 10, 12 years, when you're traveling all over the country, and, just having so much fun, to lose somebody like that. And then today, I'm just going through my Facebook time frame, and a childhood friend, just heart failure, 47 years old. He died at 1 o'clock last night. And you might say, what does that have to do with building a business? See, the thing about winning is not that you win. The thing about winning is that you learn how to handle life's distractions and heartaches and pains, and even through all those things. A good friend of mine, Donnie McClurkin, when we were at Easter, he would always want to come down, and he would want to sing to our campus ministry. And he just wrote a song. He said, we fall down, but we get right back up. And see, there's people on this line, I know, that one of the things that just keep you from winning is the fact that, when things happen, instead of taking the bulls by the horn, we just end up in the fetal position in bed, and we just, woe is me, and we have these pity parties. You got to learn how to be resilient. You got to bounce back. And so the great thing about our opportunity is that not having, as soon as I saw that my friend passed, it was like, I'm on my way. I'm coming to see you guys. No job that I have to report to. Just, I do what I want to do. Kind of when I want to do it, in respect to those spiritual laws and everything else that I'm still yet governed by. But that's the key right there. And so there's people that you're building your business. I see this all the time. And I don't know why I want to speak to the ladies on this one. I don't know how many women that I've seen come in this business, and they just get so excited, and they just get so pumped, and they're going real good, and then all of a sudden, they get involved in a relationship. Maybe to somebody that just don't care about them, or that just take their eye off the prize, and then they let their dreams just go because they're chasing a fickle dream with maybe somebody who isn't in it to win it, or that guy who just cannot deal with the fact that, I just can't handle rejection. I remember when me and my wife was going through some things, and I remember my sponsor at the time, and it was tough. He said, Vonke, I don't know whether or not this will ever work out, but this is where people lose it right here, and I've seen it time and time and over again. I'm going to give you 3 days to cry about whatever's going on in your life. But you know what? On day 4, it's time to go to work. And see, we have to work through life's problems in order to win. And I love what Coach said. He said, you know what? Many people quit before they even get to the point of where they can win. And so I want to challenge everybody on today's call to put yourself in a position, whatever you need in order to handle those life's distractions so you can win. Make sure you put them in place. Make sure you have people that you can talk to when things aren't going right, that you can say, hey, look, I need you to hold me accountable. You know, I was talking to a guy who's on my team, and one of the things that, you know, I can tell that his wife got in the car and he just said something to her, and I just could tell that they had a spat. And he called me, and this guy is doing some big things in our company. And he calls me, and I said, did you apologize to your wife? He said, no. I said, well, I'm going to hang up and call me back when you do. See, because I just don't want people to win with this facade of winning. See, I realize that, you know what? Effective people build effective teams so they all could win effectively. See, I don't need a husband and a wife who might win in our business but lose in their marriage. See, we value the wrong thing. So many times we put the cart before the horse. You guys are seeking money. I'm seeking relationships and friendships and doing the right thing. And as a result of those things, money and winning is just a byproduct. You know, people ask me, how do you maintain relationships with people who did you wrong? People are going to be people. You know, I expect people, you know, I tell people all the time, I expect people who are on drugs to steal or do whatever they got to do to support their habit. You know, I kind of expect people who don't know how to win, that when you invite them out to a meeting, they don't come. See, but I have to begin to do something, and that's lead by example. And so the thing that I want you guys to do is lead by example. There is no reason when I get on this call, and you guys are in this, you know, this is the California expansion team, and I know Arlyne has people in Phoenix and everybody else, but one of the things, and this is to my California folk, you guys are sitting on a jewel mine, and you don't even know how big it is or what you have. Network marketing companies come and go with the people in California, Florida, and Texas. If you look at any strong networking team, networking company, you know what? They have a great presence in California. They have a great presence in Texas, and they have a great presence in Florida. So for the folk in California, I don't need you. You heard Coach talk about, you know, if you were in the previous company that you're just kind of tired, you've been going through the most. Listen, it's time to bounce back. And Arlyne, one of the things I want to say before I quickly give it back over to you is I learned something. And this is a true statement. When you know how to win, you win even when you lose. What do you mean? Michael Jordan, if he would have not lost and got cut from his championship team, he probably would not be the winner we know today. If Muhammad Ali did not lose to Joe Frazier, he probably wouldn't be what we know today. And so you have to learn how to use that as a motivation. I told my friends, if you tell me no, I take it personal. Not in the sense that I curl up in the fetal position and I decided not to come out of bed or not to grow my business, but the moment someone tells me no, I just decide that I'm going to recruit all of their friends. And that's exactly what has happened. And so I just want to encourage you to do something different or to do the same thing, but do it the right way. And, you know, to plug in with Arlyne. You know, Arlyne, my hat is off to you and your team because you have done it over and over again. You have helped just to eliminate the excuses that anybody has about whether or not they can be successful. And so I want to take my hat off to you and say thank you so very much for having me on your call. I enjoyed it. If you got any questions you need for me to answer, I will do my best I can to answer those questions.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely amazing. And you spoke to each and every one of us. And if you have any questions or comments for Mr. Von Nickelberry, go ahead and press *6 and it'll bring you on the line. Let us know who you are. And Von is going to answer a couple of questions. So go ahead.
Well, good morning. This is Dr. J. Vaughn. And wow, I'm going to have to listen to this again because there was just so many profound nuggets that was left there. But I love the way that you said to get rid of the excuses. And, you know, you can have your little pity party, but you got to get rid of the excuses. I just was wondering, can you kind of give us a few nuggets of how do you get from that down position, you know, or woe is me? What are some of the strategies that you might share with us to help us to get up and to jumpstart and to get back into the game?
Well, you know what? That is a great question because let me tell you, when I was experiencing death in my family, I had to do something different. So I just decided that I was going to fall in love with basketball all over again. And so I decided I was going to get my body in shape. Because one of the things that we know is this: people who feel good do better. And I decided I was going to eat right. You know, my 47-year-old friend, heart failure. My pastor, lung cancer. My brother-in-law, pancreatic cancer. My aunt, cancer. And I'm just thinking it has to be, maybe it's the food that we're eating. I just don't know. But I just decided in order for me to be sharp, I had to get my folks, I started exercising. And that was one thing that just got me to a point. I know many times we think it's what we say to people about our business. It's how we come off. It's, well, what script should I use and all that other stuff. Man, you have to become a magnet for people to want to be around. And if you have the, excuse the expression, if you have bad breath, get a breath man. And so you have to work on you. And so one of the things that I did was I said, I'm going to eat right and I'm going to start exercising. That helped so much. Because I felt good about myself. Because you know what? In that gym, when I'm on that stair climber or I'm on that treadmill, you know, I mean, I'm thinking about my brother. But on the other hand, and the people I lost, but man, I just got to go to work. I got to, you know, people are there. I can't let folks see me cry. I got to do something. I'm at the gym, and I don't want women or guys or people come up to me saying, "Why are you crying?" So I had to focus. And what did I have to focus? I got to get me together. I got to eat right. You know, make sure I'm well groomed. And I think that's a starting point for most people. Is take care of your body, number one. You might not see the value in it. But man, when I have to bury my friends and most of the stuff that I'm seeing is that it all could have been prevented. See, the fact that you're probably not winning, we can prevent that. Let's first work on you. Let's get you together. The second thing I did was this. I got an accountability partner. Arlyne, no, if I go out of town, I might say, hey, Arlyne, look, I need your help with something. If you see me doing something I have no business doing, help me, hold me accountable. I need accountability partners. See, because I realized something. The better you are as an individual, the better business owner you're going to be. So, Dr. J, I hope that answered your question. But man, I had to get between those two, my body together, and then what is between my two ears, and I had to literally begin to focus. It wasn't easy, especially after you lose somebody, because it's one of these things where you wake up and you say, today's going to be different. Today I'm going to do something. I'm just not going to sit and cry and mourn and weep. And then that day passed, and you did the same thing. And then the very next day, even in your head, you tell yourself, I'm not going to do it. Today I'm going to get some energy. I'm going to work. I'm going to work my business. I'm going to get my mind focused on what I'm supposed to be. And then you just fall right back in that pit in the fetal position in bed, didn't doing anything because you just didn't have the energy. And then sometimes you just have to give your body and your emotions time to rest and recuperate. And that's what I had to do. So that was an excellent question, Dr. J.
Well, thank you. You definitely spoke right to me, especially with that, getting that exercise and, you know, just getting yourself together. So thank you. I appreciate that, Vaughn.
You're welcome.
All right. Do we have anyone else?
Yeah, Vaughn, this is Carol Young, and you definitely have spoken to my heart and mind and soul today. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, so, and anybody else have any questions? Because I did want to address something else that I am just so excited about. But
Well, we'll take one more. Anyone else? We'll give one more, and then Von's going to share something with us.
Coach Arlyne?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, this is Margot. I just had a comment for Mr. Nickelberry. First of all, what he said just went straight to my heart. I'm like the lady that spoke before me. But I wanted to thank him for the confirmation, because yesterday I had two people that were supposed to get their membership. And remember, I called you and I was all excited because I was going to get my first $1,000 bonus. And then both of them delayed it by a month. And so I got angry. And last night I went out and sent out 67 of the videos. And so instead of crying about it, I just got mad and got busy.
Yep.
So I want to thank him for that confirmation.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Margot from Kansas City. And take it away, Von.
well, you know what? Let me tell you. In the previous company, we experienced something that, man, just kind of made, I think, us all tired. And, we was like, is any other company going to go? And we've seen that happen with companies like Herbalife. Just recently, over more than 2-3 days ago, my heart goes out to a company, to BK, the owner and the CEO of a company called Vima. And it's not where you go after these people and you raid their downline, because we were in that position where we were struggling to keep our teams together. We wouldn't want anybody to come after us the way, or to be vultures. But one of the things that I'm looking at and how they're setting up this business of search is that, do you know, for the first time in network marketing history, we literally sell a product cheaper than what people can buy. See, I talked to Scott many times about the, California lawsuit and some of the things, and he just said, Vine, you know what, they came up with crazy questions, and when we addressed the questions, they would say, well, you're not American Express, or you're not Magic Johnson, or you're not Cruise One. I want you to think about something. We sell the exact same thing that Save on a Resort sell for $15,000. We just happen to sell it for $350, $60 a month. Now, I don't think any company can AG proof themselves and say, well, you know what, we're going to set up so that no attorney general can even come after us. Because if the government wants you, they will get you. But what I love about how they're doing it is this: in the event that question is ever posed, why aren't you guys a pyramid? We could literally say, do you know that the product that we sell for $350 and $60 a month, people can go buy it on Save on the Resorts for $12,000. See, that's a deal. That hasn't been done before in networking. See, people know when you're involved in networking, they might create a product for $9 and they'll sell the juice for $50. And then if you go into GNC or Costco, you could buy for $18. That's still a problem for the Attorney General, the price gouge. But what I love about what we have at Surge is that there's no price gouging. We literally sell the exact same thing for $350, $60 a month. If people refer 3, even that's not in the business, theirs are free. You do not know the power of what we have with the search business. So I wanted to encourage everybody to dream big. Dream bigger than what you can see. I tell people all the time, right? I want you to exaggerate your dreams so much bigger than you can imagine. And even when you achieve it, your dreams and the experience will be so much bigger than what you really thought they were. Arlyne Thompson, Coach, thank you for having me on your call. And I'm so glad that I can say a few nuggets that I could deposit that people will grow from. Not to tear down, but to build up. Thank you so very much. Back to you.
And that was Von Nickelberry, who is a national director with Surge 365, one of the founding Circle members. To see all of the different calls and webinars that are available, we've made it very simple for people, regardless of whose group you are working through. In Surge 365, we say we are one family, and we mean that. So go to betterthandonuts.com, betterthandonuts.com, and click on the picture that has calls and webinars, at the bottom of the home page. You can also click Associates Only in the menu. Same information is there will take you to all of the calls that are available and other helpful information. This is Cynthia and Ken Reed in Muncie, Indiana. We want to thank you for listening.